The Game Shop has released the new FAQ about the Age of Sigmar 4th edition Skaventide the 30 April 2025. This is strange because it has released facts about Age of Sigmar the beginning of April, then there has been the release of the army set of the Soulblight Gravelords, and this is understandable because they were about the points, so okay. But now there is this, that yes, it includes something that could be nice, okay, but it could have waited, in my opinion. And the most important thing is that it's going to include the battle profiles of the Soulblight Gravelords, so that we had the separate document. But there's been also some mistake in the middle, so let's go to see. Anyway, now let's analyze the new facts. So here we can start to see about the battle profiles, and we see that the most part of them are exactly the same, that's not been changed, but there are some corrections in some little parts, so it's better to go to see about all the documents. But as you see, the most part of them are exactly the same. So okay, it's something that you have to pay attention eventually if you play a certain army and so on, so not something problematic. As you can see, really, the master part of them are still the same. The Beast of Chaos are still here, and I'm still hoping that they will remain, because remember that soon we'll move to the Legends, and it's a P2PT in June. It will be quite a lot of change. And then we can see the first change, that it's about the Maggotin of Nurgle with the update of the Herald Harbinger of Decay that has see the base changed. Okay, it's a little update, it's not something quite problematic, but still to know. Then also, again, as you can see, tons of things that has not changed at all, so nothing to worry about. About the undead, they are exactly the same, other than the Supergirl, because here we have the updated part about the points, and these are almost the same that we've seen in the document that we've seen separately, but not exactly the same. And about the Supergirl, I could refer you to see my previous video, because are exactly the same, the points, other than one important detail, and it's little about the points for the Barrow Knights. If we compare the Barrow Knights point now, we can see that it's 190 points, but if we go to see about the one of May 2025, the one that it was the previous one, okay, it's instead the one that it's 210 points. It's the only points that are different. I haven't seen any other things about the Super Guild. I don't know if on all the documents has been mistaken some other things, but it's a bit of a problem because it has not been highlighted. So if I'm not so interested about the Knight, that really made me feel strange when I controlled it quite quickly. And okay, so know that has been changed, and it's okay, much better in such a way, because I said in the video related about the analysis of the points that the Barrow Knights would be costing too much, moreover compared to the Blood Knights, and now it's much better in my opinion, maybe even 10 points less, but okay, still it's a pity not to see this corrected, so pay attention about such thing, because it's something that you have to pay attention, because otherwise you risk to spend more than you could, and you can see quite a lot of points with this, so pay a bit of attention on such things. So let's continue, and we can find again that the most part of them are the same. About the group spell kits, there has been a change about the Snarl boss and the Wolf Spirit Retinue that are, we've used the model for the base. Okay, whatever it means. Anyway, nice to know eventually. And really, it's something that, as you can see, also the Cool Boys has seen some little change about the regiment options, so little things that you could really adjust easily. The only thing that it's messed with, I think that it's about the Soulblight Gravelords, and also the regiment of renown has been almost the same, other than the partiality of the Soulblight Gravelords, because they are the two things that were before. And as I said, you can find them in here, the partiality about what was the document of the Soulblight Gravelords are being moved here. So they are the same of point and so on, so it's not changed at all, and really for the most part of the same. Okay, about the legends are again same thing. We see the Beast of Chaos. I don't think that we see quite a lot of really missing about the things that are going to be included. And so now we can start with the core rules. So let's start with the errata of the core rules with the visibility. So if a rule or a ability requires a target to be both within a given range of and visible to the unit using that ability or to a mod in that unit, both conditions must be met by the same mods in the target. You could not, for instance, target a unit where one mod is within range but not visible, and another mod that is not in range but it is visible. Okay, I perfectly understandable, and sincerely, it's as should be, so it's not a problem. But if avoid any misunderstanding, I think that it's something that it was due to be specified, even if I find it strange. But okay, if I avoid misunderstanding, I think that it's suited. Then we can go to see that, as you can see, there is not a lot of new things. There is one thing that it's important about the replacement unit that it's really quite important, because if an ability allow a replacement unit to be set up with half the mods from the original unit, could I then use an ability such as rally to return mods to that unit until it reach the unit size of the original unit? No, a replacement unit is treated as a new unit with a new unit size. Sincerely, I find it completely understandable. Usually, it's really quite almost specified, because it say replace it, a new one. So okay, but it's really to avoid misunderstandings. So this, I think that it's due to be specified, because it's really prevent a lot of eventual discussion and so on. So perfect, in my opinion. Okay, and I'm one of the ones that summon, so I completely agree with the presence of such one, so that avoid from the beginning. Then we can go to see about the mass rules. Again, if you test about the previous FAQ, remember that I made the video, so I'll leave you the link in the description that you can find. So this time I had not to talk again, but only make you see the new things that has been brought, so pay attention. And really, as you can see, the most part of them are the same. You had to reach about the General Handbook 2425 to see something new. Remember that this it's valid till the new one, and so we see the new 2526 that has been yet announced around I think end of May, June. So it's not lasting quite long, but still have to pay attention. And one thing that you have to see, it's about the Honor Guard that has seen a little change, but I want to make you see the comparison, because the real change, it's only the last sentence. And we can see so an update about the regiment forces with the last sentence that has been added in the new version. So you can see that it's exactly the same text of before, but has been added that if you choose not to pick an Honor Guard unit in your general regiment, you can still pick a honor guard unit for a different regiment as described above. So it's a little thing of change, but still you have to pay attention, because it's something that you should use, because it's an important rule, this honor guard, in this general handbook rules, so pay attention about. So let's continue. We can see that the most part of them are the same. Also the faction rules here, again, go to see about your armies if interested, because there are sometimes some things that has changed, but only for really some armies, but the most of them are the same. For example, there's been an update part for the Maggotin of Nurgle of the battle trait, so you have to see if there's been really a change. I had not the previous test, so okay, change better control if there has been a change about, so that you can know for sure. And really, here are a few things that are based on what you are needing. Also the facts of the faction ability, for example, again, there is something about the Maggotin of Nurgle, little additional fact that you have to be conscious about. Really, few things, but better to verify and give a site, because you know where to search. For example, there is also this variant Witchblade that has seen a new additional things, so something that you have to verify. Again, about the Battletome of the Gospel Gits, here there is a change about the Path to Glory Ember of Apotheosis. Here essentially, okay, there is still some changes even if there's been an update later, so okay. About the truth, the Torgot King, okay, strange that it doesn't have before the Gunspite Kids keyboard. Strange, but okay, good to know this. Also about the orcs here, we can see that there has been updated the Scarecrow totem, so see if it's something that you are really interested about. And there is also a fact about the orc worker for the Army of Renown Zokrog's Iron Mongers, so you have to read and see if it's something that for you it's really quite interesting. And again about the Skaven, sincerely I find it quite strange. And again about the warp lighting vortex, I remember that has been changed later, okay. And something again about the Path to Glory Envies of Apotheosis. It's again about the Envies of Apotheosis, so it seems that has been some adjustment about. You have to pay attention about this. Again about the Stay to Darkness, so nothing new, as you can see. Also the Stormcast Eternals, okay. But there is something about the Path to Glory Ravaged Coast. This it's quite interesting because it makes that the Army of Renown make that you can pick an Army of Renown when picking your faction. If you do so, you must use its faction rules. You can still include a Ravaged Coast Regiment of Renown, even if the roster options do not allow it. But you cannot include any other units that are not listed in the roster options. Units in the Ravaged Coast Regiment of Renown do not gain your Army of Renown keywords. So, okay, good to know, sincerely, because it's really a way to have something intriguing, and it allows you to use those Army of Renown that I think that it could be really quite interesting. I have really to see if there is something that I could be interested about, because, okay, nice. And then the part about the part here for the Rata, so removed core and charge keyword from Bash and Angi, okay. Sincerely, you have to pay attention about such things. And some facts again about the particular Ravaged Coast. It's strange because it has received quite a massive update we've seen in previous facts, and we see new ones here. Okay, and sincerely, you have to pay attention because anyway, if you want to play, you have to pay attention because they can be really quite intriguing because they are about the Path to Glory roster, for example. So the regiment that you can include and the prayer manifestation that can be used. So it's something that you have really to. Okay, if you play the Path to Glory Ravaged Coast, give it a sight anyway. So what do you think about such facts? Are you interested about the changes or simply, okay, you think that there was something new and you don't see any real change in your playing? Or are you a Maggotin of Nurgle player that see something really changing? Or you are going to play with the Ravaged Coast Path to Glory so that, okay, you needed such updated parts, or are the things that are really the ones? I like that has been included the Super back profiles, even if there is that change about the Barrow Knight that really I was not expecting by, and I'm quite satisfied, even if it's not signed. Okay, so tell me what you think, because this has been a strange month. Usually AoS is the most stable of the ones that has been updated. This time instead has received okay continuous adjustments. Okay, we take note about what, and I'm quite curious to see when it's going to be released, the May one. I hope that it will be not a repetition of this a bit messy month. Anyway, write in the comment what you think about and your ideas. So, from deynonmod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So, I hope to see you again to the next time.